There was a young boy named Arjun who lived in a small village near the mountains. He was talented, hard-working, and full of dreams. Everyone in the village believed he would do something great one day. Arjun loved painting. His dream was to become a famous artist. He spent hours every day practicing his art, mixing colors, and creating beautiful pictures. His parents supported him, and his teachers encouraged him. One day, a big art competition was announced in the city. It was a huge opportunity. The winner would get a scholarship to study at the best art school in the country. Arjun was excited. He worked day and night, pouring his heart into his painting. He wanted it to be perfect. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. Arjun traveled to the city with high hopes. He submitted his painting and waited for the results. But when the results came, his name was not on the list. He did not even get an honorable mention. He lost. Arjun felt crushed. He could not believe it. He had worked so hard. He had given everything he had, but it was not enough. He returned to his village with a heavy heart, feeling like a failure. Days passed, then weeks, but Arjun could not move on. He stopped painting. He stopped dreaming. Every time he looked at a blank canvas, he remembered his failure. The memory haunted him. He kept asking himself, why was I not good enough? What did I do wrong? His parents noticed the change in him. His friends tried to cheer him up, but nothing worked. Arjun was stuck in the past, carrying the weight of his failure everywhere he went. One evening, his grandfather visited him. His grandfather was a wise old man who had lived a long and meaningful life. He saw the sadness in Arjun's eyes and decided to take him for a walk. They walked through the fields, up a small hill, until they reached a quiet spot overlooking the valley. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. It was beautiful, but Arjun barely noticed. His grandfather sat down on a rock and gestured for Arjun to sit beside him. For a while, they sat in silence. Then his grandfather picked up a small stone from the ground and handed it to Arjun. "Hold this," he said. Arjun took the stone. It was just an ordinary stone, nothing special. "Now hold it tightly," his grandfather said. "Do not let it go." Arjun held the stone in his fist. Minutes passed. His hand started to feel tired. His fingers began to ache. But his grandfather did not tell him to let go. More time passed. Arjun's hand started to hurt. His arm felt heavy. The small stone now felt like a burden. Finally, his grandfather spoke. "How does your hand feel?" "It hurts," Arjun said. "My hand is tired. This stone feels heavy now." His grandfather smiled gently. "It is just a small stone. It weighs almost nothing. But because you have been holding it so tightly for so long, it has become a burden. Now imagine carrying it for a whole day, a whole week, a whole year. What would happen?" Arjun looked at the stone in his hand. He understood what his grandfather was trying to say. "That stone," his grandfather continued, "is like your failure. The competition was just one event, one moment in your life. But you have been holding on to it so tightly that it has become heavy. It is hurting you. It is stopping you from moving forward." Arjun's eyes filled with tears. "But grandfather, I worked so hard. I gave everything I had, and I still failed. How can I just forget that?" His grandfather placed a hand on Arjun's shoulder. "I am not asking you to forget it, my child. I am asking you to let it go. There is a difference. Forgetting means you learned nothing. Letting go means you accept what happened, you learn from it, and you do not let it control your future." He paused, looking at the setting sun. "Failure is not your enemy, Arjun. Failure is a teacher. It shows you where you can improve. It makes you stronger. But only if you are willing to learn and move on. If you keep holding on to it, it will only make you weak. Arjun looked down at the stone in his hand. Slowly, he opened his fist and let the stone fall to the ground. The moment he did, he felt a sense of relief. His hand felt light again, free. His grandfather smiled. You see, that is what letting go feels like. It does not mean you are weak. It means you are brave enough to move forward. Arjun sat there for a long time, staring at the stone on the ground. For the first time in weeks, he felt something shift inside him. The heavy weight he had been carrying in his chest felt a little lighter. "Grandfather," he said quietly, "what if I fail again?" His grandfather chuckled softly. "You will, many times, and that is okay. Every great artist, every successful person has failed, but they did not stop. They did not carry their failures like chains. They learned, they grew, and they tried again. That is what made them great." He looked at Arjun with kind eyes. "Courage is not about never falling, my child. Courage is about getting up every time you fall. And the first step to getting up is letting go of what pushed you down." Arjun nodded slowly. He felt something awaken inside him, a small spark, a quiet determination. He realized that his failure did not define him. It was just one chapter in his story, not the whole book. That night, when Arjun returned home, he picked up his paintbrush for the first time in weeks. His hands were shaking, and his heart was nervous, but he did not stop. He started painting again, not because he wanted to win a competition, but because he loved it, because it was a part of who he was. Months passed. Arjun kept painting. He entered more competitions. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost. But he did not let any result define him. He learned from every experience. He grew with every stroke of his brush. Years later, Arjun became a well-known artist, not because he never failed, but because he never let failure stop him. He carried the lesson his grandfather taught him for the rest of his life. Do not carry yesterday's failure into today. Let it go, learn from it, but do not let it weigh you down. Every day is a new chance to begin again. And the courage to start again is the greatest strength you can have. If this story touched your heart, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.